Welcome to very short highlights of the opening stage of the 9th edition of the Arctic Race of Norway with me, Jez Cox. This was the longest and the hilliest of all four stages, with the most undulation really coming in the mid part of the stage, where the peloton passed over the Kjorgfelt summit, going in both directions after they'd taken in the little lollipop at one end, back over the Kjorgfelt summit again for the second time, and back into Rana, the city that would see both the start and finish today, and finishing off with 2 laps of Mo, and that would be where a very unusual and damp stage would be played out. Beautiful terrain, moody clouds, and lots of rainfall at the start. 111 riders rolled out, wrapped up as if it were the middle of winter, quite in contrast to what many of their racing compatriots across the world are seeing. Breakaway of 5 went very early on. The American rider Stephen Bassett for Human Powered Health, in the company of Aaron van Pucke, the Belgian, for Sportliner and Valois. Sam Culverwell, the British rider, fresh back from the Commonwealth Games duties for riding for Trinity Racing. Eric Lunde was the expected Norwegian rider in there for Team Coop, and the veteran rider Luis Angel Mate for Euskaltel Euskadi. From very early on, Stephen Bassett decided he would like to get his hands on the Peacock jersey for the best climber in this race, so he took out maximum mountains points at each of our mountains classifications. Mate having a little go at him, Van Pucke also having a crack, but in the end at each of our mountains points it was Stephen Bassett, the American rider for Human Powered Health, who took all of them. Bassett in the end unchallenged as the riders realised that he would be wearing that Peacock jersey of the best climber. Coming towards the finish in Mo i Rana, it was Uno X who were trying to control the race, the Norwegian team, playing, well, what I thought was quite unusual tactics, really just setting a hard pace on the front for no obvious reason other than to stay up there and stay out of trouble. This was the first sprint. Matthew Bergerdo across the finish line on the closing circuits, riding away from the others really easily and marking himself out as someone to watch come the finish. Talking of the finish, this was the final lap around our very wet circuit. One of the Uno X riders trying his best to go in hard and only just saving it up against the grassy verge. The riders from the teams of Dylan Groenewegen and Kees Bol, DSM of course, and Bike Exchange doing their best to try and keep their sprinters ready. But in the end, it was a youngster who stole a march on absolutely everyone. The 23-year-old Frenchman Axel Zongler for Cofidis, sprinting hard up against the barriers, up the rise, back into Mo i Rana, and proving easily the best of the rest. A clear victory for the young Frenchman, who is really announcing himself as one of the best young sprinters in the peloton, particularly when the road goes uphill, as it did today for the opening stage of the Arctic Race of Norway. A great win for him, a great fillet of UCI points for his Cofidis team too, and they are understandably delighted with it. That win, of course, means that Axel Zongel takes the 10-second bonus on the line as well, which means he will be the wearer of our Midnight Sun leaders jersey for stage 2 in the Arctic Race of Norway. A brilliant win for him. We didn't see much of him at all race, but he popped up just when it mattered, getting the win ahead of Gleb Syriza and Matthew Bergerdo as well. Gleb Syriza, the Russian rider for Astana, Kazakhstan. And there was Axel Zongler in that Midnight Sun leaders jersey that he will wear tomorrow. The classification overall for the top 10 confirmed for you there. Syriza, great ride by him. I do apologise, he was in 3rd, of course, come the finish. And this is stage 2. It's much more predictably a sprint finish tomorrow, although today did come down to it in the end. It's a slightly flatter affair. They have the ascent of the Tursien summit right in the middle, but the run-in to Bruinsund after that is much more predictable and controllable, you'd have thought, for the teams that have the likes of Dylan Groenewegen and Kees Bol in them. Do join us for stage 2 of the Arctic Race of Norway, the home of cycling, Eurosport GCN, tomorrow.